When a legendary era ends, it rarely fades out slowly. It crashes. Right now, the most famous white shirt in world football hits the floor. Think back to his early days in Spain. The media mocked his finishing, his own teammates doubted him, but he put his head down, adapted, and delivered Madrid their most coveted prize, the Champions League. He was the undisputed king. And then, the club slid an £18.8 million annual contract across the table. Instead of signing it, he turned it down. This contract functioned as a compliance trap. It locked him into a specific wage bracket while the club's commercial and tactical focus shifted toward the arrival of newer, more marketable superstars. The moment Kylian Mbappé kissed the badge at his presentation, the boardroom hierarchy fractured. Madrid had a new poster boy. On the pitch, Jude Bellingham was already dominating the tactical setup, pushing into the spaces that used to belong entirely to the Brazilian winger. The main character role was suddenly very crowded. Club president Florentino Perez does not do sentimentality. In his office, beloved icons are managed as disposable assets. You fall in line or you leave. Madrid issued a stark ultimatum: sign the deal or get sold. The club made a clear calculation, deciding that absolute institutional control is worth more than the loyalty of the man who carried them through their transitional years. Meanwhile, in North London, Mikel Arteta saw an opening. Arsenal has spent years building a meticulous, systematic project, but they lacked that one ruthless, world-class talisman to push them over the edge. But the financial physics are brutal. This bar chart shows Arsenal's current internal wage structure compared to the £18.8 million required to land a player of this magnitude. To bring him to London, Arsenal has to completely shatter their payroll ceiling. And that deficit pushes them directly into the red zone for profit and sustainability rules, or PSR. These are the strict financial fair play regulations that dock points from teams who spend beyond their revenue limits. To afford their new king and stay legally compliant, Arsenal has to balance the books immediately. They are putting Ethan Nowari, the brightest prospect their academy has produced in years, on the open market. RB Leipzig is already at the negotiating table. The German club is built almost entirely on developing raw, high-potential youth, making them the perfect buyer with the necessary cash on hand. Arsenal is trading a decade of homegrown potential for a ready-made elite superstar who arrives heavily burdened by a messy public divorce from his previous club. This is a pivot from building for a long-term future to winning right now. By selling Nwaneri to fund Vinicius, the club is prioritizing an immediate shot at the title over the gradual development of their own talent. Back in Spain, the message is clear. Real Madrid has cemented a philosophy where the authority of the boardroom will always outrank the ego of the dressing room. Physically, he is still walking the pitch in Madrid. Mentally, the exile has already begun. The frustration of being sidelined at the peak of his powers is evident in every match. History will force a verdict. He is either a visionary stepping out of the shadows to build his own empire in London, or a traitor who walked away from the heaviest crown in the sport. The number 7 jersey remains, but the player who made it matter again is gone, leaving a permanent, echoing vacancy at the Bernabeu. Ultimately, this transfer is a test of how much a single player's individual status is worth in the modern market. By walking away, Vinicius is betting that he can remain the main character outside the shadow of the world's biggest club.